Hey there. Okay, so the one thing that is consistent across the board with every borrower, whether you're a first-time home buyer, you're getting a refinance, or you're buying $1 million home, is your credit history. So one of the first things we do is pull a credit report. Now, your credit report is keeping track of how you have been uh, how your payment history is, how much debt you carry, and just overall your credit worthiness, right? They assign you a score. And the way they're assigning scores, they're actually using actuarial tables through the information they've gathered over millions of borrowers, and they are saying, okay, if this person carries this much debt, or has consistently been behind in their payments, they just kind of figure out this is the type of person that is a good borrower, is a good bet because they've consistently long-term paid their bills. This is a borrower who were a little shaky. They had problems in the past. They seem to be on track now, but we haven't seen a long enough history of good credit that we're willing to take their credit score up too high. Now, credit scores range from, I've seen them as low as 450 to 850 is the top, they say. Now, typically, the only time you'll see a borrower with a credit score over 800 are older borrowers, middle-aged borrowers, who've had the same accounts for many, many years with, of course, no late payments or whatever. And typically you'll see that their debt ratios, they're keeping their cards might be $25,000 cards now, and they only owe $2,000 or $3,000. So the ratio of what their available credit is and how much they spend is low. So all those factors. Now, the credit reports, they track 99 months, the most recent 99 months, which is about 8.5 years. So once you hit 99 payments, the 100th payment just kicks out the oldest one, and now, but it's only tracking 99. So one of the things that I see happen is people are getting ready to buy a house or to do something, and they start consolidating their debt. Perhaps maybe they've got 3 credit cards that each have $5,000 limits, and they have one credit card with a $10,000 limit. So they owe $3,000 on each of those first 3 cards. They decide, you know what? I will combine all those and put them on one account. Well, that would be fine and well, except now you have those 3 cards that each have about 66% of their available credit used. And now you've taken and you've put $9,000 on a $10,000 card. So now you have 90% of that credit used. That will affect your score. Even one card that's up to its max is going to affect your score. So just be careful. And if you decide you are going to consolidate like that, you might want to give that credit card company with the $10,000 balance a call and say, look, I want to consolidate my cards to your card, but I need you to raise my limit a little bit so I don't look like I'm maxing them out. So you need to strategize when you're trying to get your credit scores improved. There are ways to improve your credit without even paying. It's not necessarily that you're putting more money down on them. It's just the way in which you are distributing your debt. Now, one of the things that I caution is do not close any credit card accounts. Do not close any accounts. Pay them down to 0. Keep them at 0, but don't close them, because the minute you close an account, it no longer is graded. Closed accounts are just past history, and they're no longer graded. They have to be open and active in order to be graded and to contribute to your scores. So if you had perfect history for 99 months and your credit scores were up to 800, and you closed all 3 of those credit card accounts, and now you have no debt, and you think, wow, I'm perfect now, your credit scores will drop radically because there's no longer anything to grade you on. And so the computer says, well, if there's nothing to grade him on, we don't have a score. We will, so you have to have credit. What we want to see is a good balance of credit, maybe a car payment, a couple credit cards that aren't too far maxed out. You like to have a good balance. Those are the things that are going to improve your score. Don't go out and start debt just because we're trying to get your scores. One of the things that I tell my borrowers is come in. Earlier is better. If you can come in and sit down and do a pre-qual a year before you think you're ready to buy, that's the perfect thing to do, especially if you know you've had credit issues in the past, or you think that your debts are maxed out, or you're just married and now you have 2 people with debts that we're trying to consolidate or we're trying to work with. So my advice is find your mortgage broker, find your mortgage professional, sit down with them and say, look, we think we're a year out, but we would like to get prepared and we need to know what direction. That's the best thing you can do. They're not going to charge you for it. Come give me a call. Let's pull your credit. It's, $20 to pull your credit. Let's pull your credit report, take a look at it. Let's see what we can do and where we can improve, okay? I love to work with you. Give me a call. My name is Sue Ellen, and I'm at 805-481-5575. Talk to you soon. Bye.